Welcome to my channel, everybody, and for those who are new, welcome to the family. Today we're going to be talking about something brand spanking new. Today we're going to be talking about signs you have daddy issues. And listen, without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, ladies, let's get right into it. So the first sign that you have daddy issues is that you're attracted to older men. And I'm not talking about 2 to 3 years older than you. I'm talking about twice your age. In most cases, when you're dating a guy at least twice your age, it's because you're trying to find a guy that emulates your dad. You're trying to find a guy that has stability and confidence. Stability in the sense that, he has himself together. He has his own place to stay. He has a job. He has everything situated. And you're looking for confidence because, listen, he's been in the streets. So he already know what to expect out of life. And he can actually teach that to you. So you latch on to that. You latch on because you want the stability. Especially if you come from a home where you don't have stability in the home. Because you want to be able to obtain that. Especially as a young girl. You're really impressionable. Or even as a woman my age, 20s, 30s, 40s, you can still be impressionable. Depending on your life state. So this is one of the signs that you may have daddy issues. And also too, think about it, right? If you have a daddy in your life, an active father. I'm talking about that father that's present. Not just there, but present. He's not going to want to see you dating a guy that's 2 to 3 years older than you, yeah, but not twice your age. Because when he's looking at that guy like, he's 60-something, and the guy's 60-something, or he's 40 and your father's 40-something, he's like, nah, that's like be like my brother. So your father ain't going to be having that. You feel me? Okay, ladies, so the second sign you may have daddy issues is that you constantly go after affection and affirmation. So with affection, you may find yourself like always being clingy to your spouse. You always want to be around him constantly. You always want him to call you, text you. Like you don't feel firm with yourself unless he's near to you. And that could be very draining on the spouse. That could be very draining because this man's always going to have to feel that if he's not with you, that you're not secure. And you know what, men, once they get tired, they step out. So that's one sign you may have daddy issues, is that you're too clingy with your spouse. And also, too, you might need a lot of affirmation as well. So you might need him to always tell you, like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're great. You're doing a good job. Like, on a consistent basis, like, a little bit like an obsession basis. Because consistent is cool because you need somebody to be on your team. But obsessively is like, if he does not tell you that you're doing great, or if he does not tell you that your hair looks nice, you feel down. So let's say, for example, right, you got your hair done up, right? You're the whole, like, little dude for like $200 and something, a nice weave, a long Brazilian, like, down here, right? And you like it. That's your style. And let's say, for example, let's say your man went all natural. He don't like that type of style no more. So you come in with the hairstyle. You're like, bang, you like my hair? He's like, no. You go rip out your whole $200 hairstyle because he said he didn't like it. First of all, your spouse is not always going to like your hair. And it's not about what he thinks, about what you think. So you do not want to depend on affirmation so much from your husband that you are not fully firm in yourself. Because listen, I do care if I have a husband what he thinks about my hair, but at the same time, not 100%. Because at the end of the day, I am my own individual and I'm confident in me. And I want you to be confident in you, okay? So that could be a sign of daddy issues because why? Your father is supposed to tell you that you're beautiful. He's supposed to be the first person to tell you that. He's supposed to be the first person to instill confidence in you and build you up as a woman. The affirmation, the attention, like being there at your softball games, at your cheerleading games, at, whenever you're at a singing recital or whatever, he's supposed to be present. But the thing is, we meet these men and we want these men to be a representation of our father. And it's like they can't fill that role. They could be our man, they could be our husband, they could be our spouse, but they cannot be our father. When you put that type of strain on the man, and I know I'm getting real preachy, but let me just speak to you real quick. When you put that type of strain on the man, he will run away. It will continue to break his self-esteem because why? You're going to feel that you cannot get nothing greater outside of that. Okay? And this leads me into my third point. Okay, so for the third sign that you may have daddy issues is that you're really promiscuous with men. You might find yourself being really hot tamale, right? You out there, you probably sleeping around with a lot of different men, honey. And listen, no shame. I do not judge, okay? You might find that maybe you switch men easy, like you switch your drawers. Like you be taking them in and out, in and out. You're like, you know what? I don't got time, okay? And the reason being is because you're searching and you're yearning for the love your father was supposed to provide. You think by sleeping with multiple men that you can fill the void that your father was supposed to fill, which is that love, affection, and attention. But the thing is, when you're out there and we're sleeping around with multiple men, all you do, because I've done it before, that's why I said you suppress the pain that you're not dealing with. And then like it goes under a rug, and guess what? It poofs out at some point. So the thing is, how do you stop this, right? So listen, ladies, if you want to have another video, a sequel after this on how to heal daddy issues, let me know in the comment section down below and leave a comment on if this video was helpful for you, okay? Now, I'll make the video if y'all want me to. But listen, like, being promiscuous is very gut-wrenching because in this day and age, especially for people that, you know, do it unprotected, it could be very deadly. There are STD, AIDS, HIV, gonorrhea. There's so much diseases out there. And now we got coronavirus. Like, we got coronavirus that's killing people. So, you know, you want to be safe at all times. And I'm going to make a quick disclosure. If you do decide to have sex at any given time in your life, please make sure you get a condom. Please make sure you get tested, because you do not want to be out there all willy-nilly and putting your life on the line, because God has a lot for you. You have to live the abundant life. And living the abundant life is living it as healthy as possible, okay? And that's in Jesus' name. Okay, so the fourth sign, right, that you may have daddy issues is that you fear being alone. You would prefer to be in a toxic relationship than to be by yourself. Listen, when you fear being alone, it's not because you don't know how to be alone. It's because you do not want to face yourself. Being alone means that you have to look yourself straight forward in the face and understand really who you are. But being in relationship after relationship, as a female, you're able to mask that in the relationship. So you don't mind if he probably is beating you. Maybe he's cursing at you. Like, maybe, you know, he's not actually giving you the fulfilling relationship that you've been asking for years and years. You're like, you know what? I don't want to be by myself. I might as well just be with him and listen. It's not worth it. And then if you do have the courage to leave, right? You jump into a relationship like a month or two after. And guess what that does? All that does is you meet a same man with a different face. You was with John, didn't work out. So now you go meet Joe. And maybe he don't look like him, but he has similar personality traits. And sometimes the fear of just sitting with yourself and getting to know yourself could really put you in a detrimental state. You know, having daddy issues is because your father left you alone. And because your father left you alone, now you want to latch onto this man because you're like, you know what? He does not want to leave me. My father left me. So why is it that this man don't want to walk out? You know? So a lot of times we stay in situationships. We stay in broken marriages. We stay in broken households because we just want that attachment. But when you have a real father to step in, when you just allow God to step in, it will break the chains down, okay? Especially if you have both. You got the dynamic duo. Even with God, you got dynamic duo, okay? So that is one of the signs, right? The fourth sign. I kind of lost track. That you may have daddy issues, okay? If you like the content so far, don't forget to hit the like button down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos in relation to self-help, dating advice, and faith-based content. Come on, y'all. And don't forget to hit the notification button bell so you do not miss another upload. And without further ado, let's get right back into the video. Okay, y'all. So another sign, right, that you may have daddy issues is that you overly invest in men. You overly invest financially and physically and mentally. So you might find, right, like, financially, you turn into like a little sugar mama. Every time this man wants something, he coming to you. And you feel that the more you give to him, that he's going to get back to you. You're like, you know what? Maybe he hit hard times. So you're like, you know what? When he get on his feet, he's going to provide for me. In most cases, they don't. Or maybe in the bedroom too. Honestly, yeah, I always have to talk about sex, but I got to get there. He may not even want to go down on you, but you're going down on him. That's a sign right there. You're overly invested. Even your time. You might also notice too, right, that you always hanging out with him, and you're not hanging out with your friends. You're not doing stuff that you need to do for yourself. You're not working out. You're not handling your business. You're not going back to school. You're doing everything for him, but not for yourself. And in most cases, these men do not invest. They got the cake for free. They won the lottery. So now they're gonna misuse it as a misfit because they didn't get the opportunity to work for it. Don't overly invest in no man. That's why you have daddy issues. Why? Because your father was supposed to pour into you. He was supposed to pour into you and teach you your value. But because you didn't get that from your father, you find yourself trying to invest in a man like a stock, like a savings account, because you want to try to reap the interest and the gain from him. But guess what? It's a negative account. It's a negative balance because he ain't gonna give it up. He ain't gonna give nothing up, okay? Ain't no good. So that's why you got daddy issues, okay? Dad, you're overly investing. Trust me, I've been there. I understand. I overly invested in men before, but guess what I learned from that? This is what I want to teach you. That overly investing in men don't make sense. You are the prize. Why? It is not because you're a female. It's not because you're beautiful. It's because that you have value. Because you're a human being on this earth, mean that you have value. So if you're with a man, he's supposed to treat you with value. And okay, so he's not supposed to treat you less than who you are. And if you do not know who you are, check out my self-love journey video. I'm gonna leave it in the cards up above, or check out my self-love journey series. Why? Because even if you take, I get a little emotional, even if you just take one thing from it and apply it to your life, I promise you that you will be able to reap abundantly. You don't have to live with daddy issues. You could be the best version of yourself that you can become and not live in that, okay? So now we're gonna go into the 6th reason why you may have daddy issues. All right, y'all, I got a little emotional in my last clip. You know, listen, this is for y'all. This is for y'all. It's for y'all, okay? Okay, so another sign you may have daddy issues is that you have trust issues. You may have trust issues with men that come into your life. So let's say you meet a man, right? He's actually the man for you, but for some reason, right, you keep pushing him back. He may be actually showing that he wants to get to know your favorite color, who you are as a person, but you can't find your need inside of you to trust him. And the reason is because your father was not fully present in your life. Your father did not actually show you who a real man's supposed to be. He did not show you that he was present when you were sick, when you were little. He didn't show you that he was present when he's supposed to be there at your dance recital or be there for you when you needed financial needs. He was not there. And the thing is, we have trust issues in our lives because our father was not a trusting person. So how can we actually trust somebody else's son? How can we trust somebody else's father if he got kids? You know what I'm saying? How are we supposed to actually trust him? We have to have that representation from our father first. But listen, guess what? You got a new deal. You got a father in heaven. God. He will show you what a real man's supposed to be like. He will show you how it is supposed to be done. How you're supposed to actually love a man and actually nurture him in your life, okay? Okay, so overall, having daddy issues could really stem from the core of who we are. Because, listen, growing up as little girls, all we wanted was our daddy around us. And he actually wasn't there. Whether he was present, but he actually wasn't present in our lives, or he has passed away for whatever reason. But I'm here to tell you that you are going to be able to uncover and handle issues going forward because you know what they are. You can't handle a problem if you don't know what it physically is. So I hope after watching this video, you were able to learn something and put in your back pocket to take with you going forward. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. You guys are phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. And do not let nobody tell you different, okay? You are that head and not to tail. You are above and not beneath. And that's scripture. So remember to love, live life, and be happy. See you guys in the next one. Deuces. Self-esteem in our mind. And I hope after, let's go again. All right. My nose started running out of nowhere. All right. My bad. Okay. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. For those who are new, welcome to the family. Nobody's understand what I'm saying. They're like, you singing? No. Welcome back to my channel. Okay. Here you go. Okay, so I got carried in my mouth. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Hopefully y'all don't see it.